Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of October 22nd in my Erin Condren vertical neutral. We finally made it to the farm this week, or this weekend, so I have the Scribble Prints Co kit, but this washi's fallen all over the place, so I do have a bunch of Simply Gilded pre-sale washi, and then I will be using this July mystery kit from Scribble Prints Co. Finally, I have been so excited to use this. This is an ultimate kit and it's a mystery kit, so it's got all the extras, so I definitely have way more than enough to use this in my B6 as well. As you can probably hear, I am a little bit under the weather. I feel fine, but my voice is really scratchy and not there, so this will obviously be a voiceover video, so I can just record my voiceover when I'm feeling a little bit better. This does come with the glitter sampler, these fashion girls, which I won't be using, and these fashion kids, whatever you want to call them, which I will be using. I also have my Rock Your Notebook pre-planning insert, which is a new one in a shimmery purple because my other one ran out, and this is just blank Tomoe River paper, and I do some lettering practice and pre-planning. So with that, I will toss it over to the voiceover and jump in.
Okay, so my voice is pretty much back now, although not like 100%. I've just been like waiting to record this voiceover, and I actually have like a couple other videos that also need voiceovers. But I am like just finally, after like pretty much eating nothing but soup and drinking hot water all week and hot apple cider, like literally that I just spent my entire week drinking hot soup and hot apple cider for like every single meal and drink. I finally have my voice mostly back. So anyway, I cut down the bottom washi and mixed it with some Simply Gilded, but then I realized I had like more space at the top, so I'm actually going to cut like another thin strip and do like kind of a washi sandwich, which I think turned out pretty cute. I cut the bottom washi super unevenly, as per usual. Anyway, this was a really fun week. We finally made it to the farm, like I said, which was so exciting. We didn't actually go apple picking. It was like a pumpkin patch, and like it's actually like a berry picking farm usually. So they have like during the spring and summer, or not really this summer because like it's super hot in Texas, but during like the spring and stuff, they have a lot of berries, and we've done that before. But it's really fun, and it's also not that far, which like it's a lot to like schlep the kids out somewhere for like, what's essentially going to be like a couple of hours, because they can't really just last that long, and we still need to make it back for naps because we are ruled by the sleep schedule. My husband actually, I were just like talking about that, like he was somewhere after the kids had gone to bed, and he was like at a poker game, and like the kids in that house were just like stayed up until like all hours of the night, and like some people do that, and we are just like live by the schedule. Nap time is 12:30 and bedtime is 7 p.m. and that is life. Anyway, totally off the point, but this was just a super fun, like the farm trip was so fun. Baby did really well, and my daughter just loved it. And she was like so into the petting zoo, and they had a llama, and like she loves the book, like Llama Llama Red Pajama, which is like a children's book if you have toddlers. So she was like really into the llama, and she kept calling him Llama Llama Red Pajama, and he was like kind of like a reddish brown color, so it was really funny. And she liked the sheep was like being really loud and like baaing all over the place, and she just loved that. And then they have pony rides there, so we got in line for that. She got on the pony, was just like nope, and like started crying. So later we got back in line because they said that we could go on the horse together. So she rode the horse with me, so I got on the horse, and then the woman who was like doing the rides was going to hand me her, but she like would only like come to me in like a bear hug. Like, so she rode the horse facing me, like went in like a cuddle, which was really cute. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. But it's really fun. So that was like her first time on like a horse. Which is like, I guess like that's scary. I actually used to ride when I was younger. So I feel like even though I've been like a handful of times in the years since I've stopped riding, but like, that kind of confidence on the animal kind of sticks with you. Not that you should be like disrespecting of nature and that, because you can very seriously get hurt. Anyways, that's my PSA about horseback riding. But I do think it's a great like confidence boosting activity for children to do. I do realize that I am putting the glitter headers on in the wrong order, and I will come back and fix that when I'm doing the overlays for those of you that is driving crazy right now. So anyway, I grabbed these ColourPop paper like sampler because I felt like all all the colors match, and like how often does that happen? So I just was like, oh, that's the perfect thing to use. So I'm going to use those this week because I just felt like it looked really nice with all the kit. Like the whole color situation matched really well. But anyway, yeah, so the pony ride was really cute. And then there was like a pumpkin patch. I bought like mud boots for my daughter, or rain boots for my daughter, the day before at Target, because I was like, if I really want to go to this, and like this is the best we're gonna get, but it's literally been raining for 2 weeks straight, and it was so muddy, so muddy. Like we all wore like old shoes or whatever, or rain boots, and then we had to like hose them down because it was such a mess. But it was so much fun. So even though it wasn't apple picking, I'm still using this kit. I have these from Sadie stickers, I think, and they are pumpkin overlays. So I decided to use these. They're so cute. I'm gonna try and use them like whenever I can, so that I don't end up with a bunch of them left over at the end of the year, or at the end of this season. So anyway, I thought those were so cute. And then I grabbed some regular glitter headers too, to like mix in, or header overlays, and those are from Artbox stickers. So I just thought all of that looked so cute, and then I realized I put the colors on wrong, like I said. But yeah, anyway, super fun farm trip, a nice week, and just really like finally some good weather after literally 2 weeks of rain, which was very enjoyable. So I do think this was the perfect kit, even though this is really like an apple picking kit, but that is totally fine, because that is the closest we're gonna get to apple picking, at least until the kids are a little bit older and can like appreciate the apple picking. I actually really like apple picking, and then I like the like baking and making sauce and all of that stuff, or apple butter, and then jarring that up. I used to do actually a lot of canning. I've had like a lot of random hobbies over the year. I still have all of the equipment for it, so I should definitely do that again. I do like usually one batch of jam, like at least over the summer still, but like I used to be like super into canning. Anyway, I am working on the sidebar and putting down some Simply Gilded washi, and then I am going to put down a weekly ombre for my meals, and then I finished The Handmaid's Tale this week, which I binge watched the end, which like is like, usually a preferable way to watch something, but like that show is just honestly too dark and feels too realistic. Like it's too well done to watch that fast. And I like, by the time I finished it, I was like super depressed. So I like really like it took like a few days for me to like come out of the funk that show left me in. So it was a really good show and everything, but like I just get too emotional about stuff like that. So I definitely would recommend pacing yourself if you get like really into things. Anyway, the scripts are from Rose Colored Days, and that icon overlay is from Simply Watercolor Co. And jumping into the plans, my mother-in-law was still in on Monday, so I just wanted to mark that. The Monday, she left real early Tuesday morning, so Monday was her last day here. And my husband had like a little bit of work that he had to do, but he was like, so like not off, but he worked from home, and he didn't work the whole day because she was here. So it was like an everybody at home day. And then I actually had a important work call that I wanted to mark as well. So the whole front box is like all just like marking that my husband worked from home, that my mother-in-law was in, and that I had a work call. So that's basically how I took up that front half of the box. We had like a chill day, and then we did some pumpkin painting in the afternoon. My mother-in-law is like an expert pumpkin painter. I don't know how one becomes that, but she's actually she's very artistic and talented. That says carved pumpkins, but again, close enough. And I have like these fall samplers from Sadie stickers that I just wanted to use them. And then that emoji is from Paper and Milk, little Maru marshmallow. And then that night we got takeout barbecue for dinner, and I also did some editing as well. So like it was like just like a chill last day of her here. Not that she came for a long time or anything, but she mostly just comes to hang out with the kids, etc. So on Tuesday, my daughter had school, and I did drop off, and my mother-in-law also left. So I grabbed a script from Rose Colored Days and one of these like send off emojis from Once More with Love. I love those. So cute. Anyway, and then I used a little thing and another Clever Gal Crafts heart to mark that my mother-in-law left that morning. She actually just like took an Uber because it was like too much to do drop off and take her to the airport. And then my husband had like an early morning meeting. So anyway, and then it was like I didn't really do anything that day. We made Muddy Buddies, which is like if you don't know what that is, it's like a Chex Mix recipe. It's like Chex Mix but sweet, and it's like made with like peanut butter and chocolate and powdered sugar. Anyway, it's delicious. And my daughter's not usually like a sweet tooth person. Like we can give her a whole cookie and she's probably gonna take like 3 bites, but she loved the Muddy Buddies. Anyway, and then I didn't really do anything else like that day. I didn't have anything else to mark, but I literally have had like apple cider like every single day over the past 2 weeks. So I decided to just, since I already had that fall bucket list sheet out, I decided to use that, and I grabbed a coffee cup thing from Hello Petite Paper from the fall coffee sheet just to put that in there. Again, like, reaching down, but I just thought that looked cute. Anyway, on Wednesday, I actually ran some errands and I went to vote. So I grabbed, it didn't take a half box amount of time, but I thought it was half box worthy. And I found like this little superhero munchkin in a sampler. So I just used that. And it was so super easy. It's like my first time voting in the state of Texas. And we didn't have early voting in Pennsylvania or in Massachusetts. And we do in Texas, so that's pretty cool. So it was really easy and convenient to do. And Election Day is on Tuesday, so if you haven't already done so, get out and vote. Anyway, and then that afternoon, I took the kids to like this other this new play place, because the old one was like closed. And we got there, and my daughter was like devastated. Anyway, so it was the new place was really fun. That was like 1 million bounce houses, like inside like a building, and she just had a really good time. Not really great for the baby, but my daughter had it. It was super fun. And then that night I binge watched The Handmaid's Tale. And then on Thursday my daughter had school. I did some filming and editing, and then like after we got home from school, we were just pretty much outside all afternoon. The weather, I said, had finally like turned around. It had been raining and for like literally 2 weeks straight. We've had like flooding. There was a boil ban, so you had to boil. We're outside the ban, but my daughter's school and my husband's office were both inside it. So it was like really awful, because you had to boil all the drinking water, so we had to like send all this water to like work and school with them. Anyway, it was a whole thing. But so finally the weather has turned around, and we were just like outside all afternoon playing with the neighbors, hanging out. It was so much fun. And then that night I finished The Handmaid's Tale. So I really watched like half of season 2, like between Wednesday and Thursday, and between like Tuesday and Thursday, I would say. And I just it was too much. Like I said, I really love the show and I highly recommend it, but like it just it feels like a little bit too realistic. And that was which is like a scary thought, considering it's like such a dystopian future. But anyway, so then on Friday, we went for a walk in the morning, because I had to take the kids to get their flu shots at the doctor's office like mid-morning, so we couldn't go to any of our usual Friday morning activities. They both did really well. My son, who was like a baby, didn't even cry. He didn't even cry, and they let me leave him in the car seat, because it wasn't like a regular doctor's appointment. That he was just getting the second half of his shot, because they split it up for kids under 1, and then my daughter was getting hers, and she did really well too. She cried, but like just for a second, and then she was fine. And then we went to Hat Creek, which is like a place that you can get like breakfast tacos and eggs and stuff, and they have a play place, and my daughter loves it there. So that was like the reward for being good at the doctor's office. And then we also went to Target, and we bought those rain boots that I knew we were going to need for the next day. I also did some filming, and that night was the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina went up on Netflix, so we watched that, and I really enjoyed it. My husband liked it too, but I really enjoyed it. That is the outer limit for how scary I can stand things to be. I am such a scaredy cat, so that is literally that is as scary as I can take a show or a movie to be. No more scary than that. And honestly, if the first episode had been as scary as some of the later episodes, I don't think I would have watched the show. So glad they kind of warmed you up into it. Anyway, on Saturday, we went to Starbucks before going to the farm, and I got big pumpkin spice lattes, and then we went to the farm. I'm going to use the Go Apple Picking sticker. Again, I just wanted to use these, and it's in my mind, it's close enough. So we did a farm day, pumpkins and animals and all that fun stuff. Anyway. So I'm using some of the deco from the kit to mark that, since it was all themed out for it anyways. And I'm going to use the Go Apple Picking one from that Sadie sticker sampler. as well, even though we did not do that, but I don't care. It's close enough I will know, or, it's close enough to remember it that way anyways. On the way back, we picked up Chick-fil-A for lunch because that's what my husband really, really wanted. And I was like, whatever, I just want to get home and like hose myself off from all of the mud. And then that afternoon, we went to this like crazy popsicle place called Steel City Pops. It's in the Domain, which is like where we go every weekend. But it was so delicious, and like they make like crazy gourmet popsicles that you sprinkle toppings on. Anyway, it was really good. And my daughter and I shared one, and then we ran to Whole Foods to pick up stuff for dinner, which we had a fancy cheese plate dinner, which was really fun. And then on Sunday we just did some errands. I got my flu shot. And we did some stuff in our garden. We finally planted those winter vegetables that we had like cleared space for 2 weeks before, but then it just rained for 2 weeks straight. So again, the weather finally turning around, and then I am just going to finish this out with a bit of deco and washi, like to get rid of all of those empty spaces. Sunday was just a really chilled day, and then that is everything. I'm going to turn off the camera to get this all filled out, and I will be right back.
Okay, that is everything all wrapped up. I love how this turned out. It looks so gorgeous, so rich and fall colors. I just had to wait for my voice to come back a little bit to finish up this video, but I did do all of my writing in a Pigma Micron 03. Let me show you what I have left. It's a ton of stuff. I will definitely use this in my B6, so I used a lot of the glitter, but I still have some left there. A ton of this page, a bunch of labels, all the headers, all the icons almost, an extra full box, a bunch of other functional stuff, all of the kid boxes and the girls, and another full box, so just like a ton. I actually, while I was planning, I realized I got 2 of this sheet for some reason, and I worked from both sheets by accident, but anyway, so I have a ton of stuff left here. It's actually really funny that I only used the regular plain label, and I used the same color from both sheets. But anyway, so I have that for my B6, so that was just like a mistake that I guess. Got an extra sheet of the kit. Tons of sidebar stuff, all of the ombre heart checklist, washi date covers, even a bit of deco and other stuff. So I will definitely be using this in my B6. These mystery kits are so huge. You get so much with them. But anyway, that is everything. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!